dirty old man.
What happened?
I got pinched on the veranda.
Oh, now you know how the other half lives.
And I'm not even pretty, for God's sake. Well, not that pretty anyway.
They don't care if you're pretty or not, just as long as you're wearing a skirt. It's like waving a red flag in front of a bull.
Yeah, well, I'm tired of being the flag. I want to be the bull again. Let's get out of here, Joe. Let's blow.
Blow where?
Anywhere. You promised. The minute we hit Florida, we were going to beat it. So I figure we can sneak back down the service stairs and be back at the railroad station before anyone.
Will you relax? Why don't you take a hot bath?
A hot bath? Look at me, Joe. I'm not going to dress like this for the rest of my life. I want to get out of here.
How can we? We're broke.
We could join another band. A male band.
Listen, stupid. Spats Palazzo and his chums are looking for us in every male band in the country.
But how long can we get away with this? Look at me, Joe. I have 5 o'clock shadow right down to my ankles.
Then shave 3 times a day. Would you rather be picking out lead out of your navel?
I like my navel. All right. But if we're going to stay, I better go rinse my undies.
Who is it?
It's me, Sugar.
Come in.
A bunch of us girls are going down to the beach for a swim. Wanna come along?
You betcha.
Now, wait a minute, Daphne. You haven't got a bathing suit.
Oh, she doesn't need one.
Well, that's what you think.
She can rent one down at the bathhouse.
Daphne, darling, there's something important I have to talk with you about. I'm sure Sugar wouldn't mind going on ahead.
Heck no. Don't worry, Daphne. I'll keep the stand warm for you.
Okay, what's so important all of a sudden?
You haven't gotten anything in mind, have you?
About what?
About what? About Sugar. She's had enough of guys like us. She doesn't need any more musicians. She deserves a better chance, and I'd like to see that she gets it.
What are you talking about?
She leveled with me last night. She wants to meet a millionaire. Someone who could take care of her and give her everything she's heard about but has never got. She's even described him to me. Young, attractive, owning a yacht, and wearing glasses.
What's that got to do with us, though?
We can help her look, can't we? To make sure she doesn't fall into the hands of some phony.
Joe?
Doing it for Sugar. I'm only doing it for Sugar. Although I do submit when her heart is twinkling that I get a sprinkling of sugar. I just want to show her a world that she's got to adore. Sugar's one of those people that you just want to do everything for. When it comes to Sugar, I find I'm generous and gentle. And because she's blonde and she's gorgeous is completely coincidental. Looking in the mirror, I relish the unselfish fellow I see. Doing it for Sugar. I'm only doing it for Sugar. And is it wrong that when I'm doing for Sugar, it just kind of does things for me?
Look, Joe, you're not trying to con me, are you? So you can keep her all to yourself.
Me?
Yeah, I watch you two on the bus from the station, lovey-dovey, whispering and giggling, and borrowing each other's lipstick.
What are you talking about? Sugar and I, we're just like sisters. The last thing in the world she wants right now is a saxophone player. She said so I wouldn't stand a chance. So how about it, Jer? Just this once, wouldn't you like to do something for somebody else? Wouldn't you like to see to it that her dreams come true? When it comes to Sugar, I find I'm generous and gentle. And because she's blonde and she's gorgeous, it's completely coincidental. Looking in the mirror, I relish the unselfish fellow I see. Doing it for Sugar. I'm only doing doing it for sugar. And is it wrong that when I'm doing for sugar, it just kind of does things for me? Doing it for sugar. Doing it for sugar. Doing it for sugar. Doing it for sugar. I'm only doing it for sugar. And is it wrong that when I'm doing for sugar, it just kind of does things for me? I say, would you mind moving aside, young lady? You're blocking my view.
Your view of what?
My yacht.
You have a yacht?
Doesn't everyone? They run up a red and white flag when it's time for cocktails.
Which one's yours? That big one?
Certainly not. With all the unrest in the world, I don't think anybody should own a yacht that sleeps more than 14. Do you?
Oh no, I quite agree. Tell me, who runs up that flag in your yacht? Your wife?
Heavens no. My flag steward.
And who mixes your cocktails? Your wife?
No, my cocktail steward. Look, if you're interested in whether or not I'm married,
I'm not interested at all.
well, I'm not.
That's very interesting. How's the stock market?
Up, up, up.
I bet just while we were talking, you made like $100,000.
Oh, more than that, I hope.
More?
Look, we've been talking for quite some time. Tell me, Miss
Kane.
Kane, do you play the market
No, I play the ukulele. And I sing.
for your own amusement?
No such luck. I'm with a group here appearing at the hotel. Sweet Sue and her Society Syncopators.
Syncopators. Does that mean you play that hot music?
Yeah, real hot.
Personally, I prefer classical music. Don't you?
Oh yes, as a matter of fact, I spent 2 years at the Sheboygan Conservatory of Music.
Good school.
What are you doing tonight?
Tonight?
I thought you might like to come down to the hotel to hear us play.
Yes. Well, that would be quite difficult.
Why?
I only come ashore 2 times a day, when the tide goes down, on account of my hobbies, seashells.
You collect seashells?
Yes, and so did my father and my grandfather before him. Seashells, it's always been a passion of ours. I give you a shell, not an ordinary shell, but a symbol that rings with tradition and toil. When you look, can you tell that this bit of a shell is the original shell for which I named Shell Oil?
You mean you're Mr. Shell?
Please, no nicknames. Just call me Junior.
Here, I think you better take this back.
No, I want you to have it.
Doesn't the company need it?
Well, if we do, we know where to find it. Now, if you'll excuse me, I really have to finish reading the Wall Street Journal. Perhaps we could dine on my yacht some evening.
That That would be wonderful. It's just like in that film with Toby Wing and Dick Powell. Broadway melody. And the world is full of Dick Powells. He obviously sees something in me. Amazing how quick two people can click. Hey, why not say, why not, who can tell? I could just wind up being Sugar Shell. I'll admit that from where I sit, it's touch and go. Not easy, although impossible, no! Imagine me traveling with the swells. He's such a little fish among the shells. American dreams, don't take them lightly. Just like that, I might be Sugar Shell.
She obviously sees something in me. Amazing how quick two people can click. Hey, why not say, why not, who can tell? She could just wind up being Sugar Shell. I am in the room where I sit. It's touch and go. Not easy, although impossible, no! Sugar,
Mr. Beanstalk.
what are you doing? Why aren't you on the bandstand with the others?
I have been, Mr. Beanstalk. But we've only got a minute to go, and the most wonderful thing has happened.
You found my suitcase.
No, I've got a date with a millionaire. He's got a yacht. He's even got glasses.
I'm glad somebody does. Listen, Sugar, I'm sure if he's so wonderful, he can wait another minute. If Sue notices you're gone, she'll bounce you right out of the bandstand.
Mr. Beanstalk, can you keep a secret? If everything works out tonight, I may not be with the band much longer. Beanstalk!
I'm here, Sue, I'm here.
My God, that band makes a terrible sound. Call Phil Spitalny. Tell him he can have this whole lousy outfit.
What's wrong? I thought you sounded swell.
That's because you've got a tenure. This whole band's got a tenure. Excuse me while I go have a nervous breakdown.
Why don't you go lie down for a while?
What kind of business is this for a grown person? I should have just stayed in the gosh darn army where I belong.
Sugar, dear, if you really want to make an impression on that millionaire, you should take a few lessons on how to dress from our newest edition, Daphne.
Daphne! Boy, do you look sensational. You must have some hot day tonight.
Yeah, hot.
Me too, with Junior. He called and asked me to meet him at the dock right after the show. Hey, what's wrong with Josephine? She didn't even say goodnight. She just took off running like a jackrabbit. Is anything wrong?
Oh Oh no, she's just late getting down to the naval base.
Naval base?
Yes, every night she stands at the gate, waiting for the sailors to come out. But never mind her. Tell me about your date.
Gosh, can you imagine? Sugar Kowalski from Sandusky, Ohio, actually having supper on a millionaire's yacht. Just like John Crawford did in Untamed. Gee, if my mother could only see me now.
Yoo-hoo, Daphne!
I hope my mother never sees me.
Wow! You look absolutely scrumptious tonight. Let's hurry. My motorboat's at the dock.
Yes, well, I'm afraid I couldn't possibly go with you on your yacht, Mr. Fielding.
Why not?
Well, you see, I get seasick.
Don't worry. The water's like glass tonight.
Oh, glass makes me sick too.
Oh, but it's such a waste. A full moon, an empty yacht.
I'll throw up.
Well then, why don't we go dancing? I know a nifty little roadhouse down the coast. And they've got a gypsy orchestra that's to die for.